if you're going to do that. Pay respects where respects is paid, baby. Now, would you look at this? Somebody, somehow, something, somehow, some way. Did I get hacked? The flags for the South have changed. Oh, okay. Well, let's see what we've got here. We're going to push play. The Army of Northern Virginia, which has no way to supply itself, is taking Cumberland, Maryland. 4th Corps on its way to deal with that. You got Sibley's Corps here. And welcome back. I'd give you kind of another overview for those that are just joining the stream. If you're fresh and new, we have a deadlock outside of Jackson, Tennessee. We have a victory in northwest Arkansas that this army needs to capitalize on fairly soon, but they're just not going to be able to move due to low readiness. And this is the trouble that you get into with the campaign. Often enough, you get done with a major battle that really whoops both sides pretty good. You can't really move your army until they recover their readiness. And here comes Army Northern Virginia back into this area once again. All right, looks like they might have seen the 4th Corps coming. I think we'll take 4th Corps and order them to continue down to Cumberland. Let's go regular and take the rails wherever you think you can. Fine. That's interesting. That's interesting. About done with this fort. This is a big addition here. Now, here was the other thing. There's some stuff I want to get to right off the bat. I'm a little worried about our credit situation, but let's get into our military. And while we're doing this, we'll also hop into the chats. Had a lot of folks who hopped in and watched this last stream for Grand Tactician. This one's catching on. Folks getting excited about the new Napoleonics game that they got coming out. Rightfully so. That thing, if they're able to pull off what they're trying to do, I got to say, we may have an all-timer coming. We may have a kind of game that we can just freaking roll with here on the channel and bring more people in on. Yeah, man, that's going to be fun. Looks like we got half a dozen in tonight, guys. Cup of Joe. No NA beer tonight. We're just going to keep it simple with the caffeination. Yes, sir. Now, we need to show for this little project garrisons, okay? I've never done this. I've never really paid close enough attention to what we have for garrisons. And let's go back real quick. Since we are overnight, I will pause. Now, what we want to look at in particular is Fort Krause, okay? Now, first thing I want to do is I want to click it, and I want to upgrade this. Okay? I don't know how much time that's going to take to do that. But the other thing I want to do, let's go back to my military page, get to my garrisons, and look for Fort Krause. I believe it's all in, there we go, alphabetical order. And you see, we had already packed a bunch of batteries of artillery in here, with quite a few. And as a matter of guns elsewhere, so let me take a little bit of a side trip here. The Army of North Virginia with McClellan there could use another couple few batteries, that's for sure. King's guns. Let's take Burnham, drop him in the Corps Reserve Artillery there. Let's take Reynolds, Joseph Reynolds with 13 more guns. Let's wait and let's see. Did we not have Corps Artillery over here? Okay, we do. Let's have another Army Reserve Artillery battery with Reynolds right there. All right, now let's go to the Army of Northeastern Virginia. Let's make a new kind of heavy division. Hobson's battery under Grant. And honestly, I think that'll do. No Army reserve artillery. We got plenty of Corps reserve artillery all across the board. Although, what we could do... Oh, that's right. We hadn't... what we could do is get back on the Knipe and drop these in for him. Right? And we'll have ourselves a nice, robust 60-gun artillery reserve right there. So let's go back to the Fort Krause garrison. After making that transfer, we have General Peyton Gross, Brigadier General, right here in command. Now, I think I'd like to throw a new brigade from Maryland. Just a small one, though. 1,500. Okay. And we're going to put a new brigade into that fort. Right there. There it is. Right there. And it'll be under Colonel John Sedgwick. Wow. Okay. Very cool. Let's make sure they've got some decent guns. We'll give them Hall rifles. Be able to defend that fort pretty well. And a 1,500-man garrison is pretty good. Okay. And that'll be a level 2 fort with 1,500 men inside. Now, I want to do the same thing with this one right here. We're going to upgrade it. Oh, it's already a level 2 fort. Ooh, okay. Let's have this one upgrade to a level 2. Right there. But let's garrison Fort Washington. Fort Washington, okay. In here. This is probably one of my favorite parts of this game, frankly. Under Brigadier General Gordon E.B. Vinton. A volunteer and a rising star, you might say. Indeed. We'll have those fellas. We'll bring New Hampshire boys on in. That's fine. These garrison troops. I'm thinking maybe we make garrison troops. They'll have like a bright blue uniform like that. Let's do that. Let's give them reboard muskets. Or, yeah, reboard muskets. That works for me. And Fort Washington. Hey, Fort Washington, you have to take a minute. There it is. Baker. Brigadier General Edward D. Baker. Fantastic. 1,500 men. We won't worry about putting any more field guns in there. But we'll have that infantry there to make it just that much harder to take that fort. I don't know if this is really going to make game sense, I suppose. This is kind of a role-playing move, but you know what? We're doing it. Fort Eldridge. Okay, we upgraded it. Fort Eldridge is next. Up in Eldridge, Maryland? I don't know. I'm not an expert on the area myself. There we are. Let's add another Maryland Infantry Brigade with the bright blue top. Go ahead. All right, we'll feel confident that that's correct. Let's go Fort Krause garrison, which doesn't come up because this obviously got it. Fort Krause. We need to change him back to a totally blazing blue. All right, so that was something I'd wanted to take care of out east. It's also something I want to take care of as well, right up here. Okay, I want this to be a level 2 fort. I want to build 2 brigades up here. And what is that? That's Fort Croxton. Fort Croxton, sir. There you are. And we're going to do... Oh, we've already got one. Okay. We've already got one at 1,500 men under Colonel Thomas Rowley, and he's got a couple of 12-pound field gun batteries with him. Very well. Which one of these is maybe a better commander? Let's have them combine. And then let's add one more brigade of troops from... Look at all these guys from Missouri. Dude, we need to get our credit situation figured out. We are so shorting ourselves when it comes to this stuff, you know. This housekeeping type of stuff. So let's make sure Rowley's... Yeah, we're going to issue new uniforms for all of our fort garrison troops. Okay. That way we know. And then I'm probably going to put another fort here in Cairo soon enough. I hope to march the Army of the Mississippi here and take Memphis and build a fort there too. Well, let's make this. This can be Fort Debrel. Let's just garrison this one. Fort Debrel. All right, and let's make that one Missouri troops that we had, right? All of these fellas, but let's make this one a 2,200 man unit. Good. And that's the other part, is going back to find them. Fort Debrel, and then we gotta get their guns right. Boom. And as far as like a sieging situation, I'm not sure how much it helps to have the right kind of rifle. I'm not sure about that. Somebody would have to look that one up. Fort Bates near Springfield. We could make that a level 2. Why not? And then we'll put another 2,200 man brigade in there. Fort Bate. So maybe that's something that could change. After you click this once, so this would be like a note. Any dev that might be watching a stream, anybody knows a dev who's hip to the stream, it seems like a small thing. It's just like one less mouse click, right? Is that every time you click back into the military screen, you've got to re-click garrisons and click off field armies to get to your garrisons. If this is what I clicked last, I might like to keep that as what comes up the next time I click a fort, at least, I guess I would say. I don't know how that would get coded in there, but you know, there you have that. Fort Bate with a new Missouri brigade. 2,200 men with a light blazing blue jacket. All right, excellent. So we'll be there. Now, next move I was going to make, and we'll let the clock go, was since right here we're still waiting on one of these navies to coal up again. So maybe we bring them back to here. We need them to coal up. But what I was thinking was either reinforce this unit or reinforce this one. Oh, it looks like did he coal up? No. Okay, the Atlantic Squadron right here, they're messed up. So they're going to have to wait a while. and then our Block Island Sound Squadron. Okay, so my idea was to reinforce this one or this one, the Block Island, the Block Island Sound Squadron. Let's get into it. What do we have here? I think we want to put damn near anything we can put. Let's go ahead and let's grab a whole bunch of support craft, little guys. Let's grab a few of these. Third-rate steamer. Okay. We'll have a ship of the line and one frigate, 2 frigates. Ooh, this one's looking rough. We're going to have to bring the Wabash back in. USS Franklin needs to come back. CSS W.R. Miles and all these other captured ships. All right, and everybody else can stay. And I think we should, we should bring this to insane strength right now. This will add to, again, budget deficit a little bit here. We'll hope the credit rating doesn't get too out of control. But let's add a ton of ships with a whole bunch more guns. And when that squadron is coaled up, which I hope happens sooner rather than later, I want to bring it again down here to Moorhead. And I want to combine, like we were trying to do before, with this fleet here to attack our fort right here with the Navy first, land with the infantry on this peninsula here with this, Major General Neil Dow and his force, the Army of the Coast. That, or actually, I think we wanted to send Fitch and the Department of the Tidewater down there. We'll land them here and see if we can't take the Moorhead port area. And all hopes are we can take it quickly while the Navy is engaged. Oh, here we go. Confederacy passing its income tax and higher sales tax too. Washington, May 2nd, the Confederate States government has passed a further revenue act that allows much higher taxation of citizens. Sales taxes are increased. And more significantly, the floor on the revenue limit has also been lowered, making many more citizens liable to paying income taxes. Across the country, people are complaining and government support is decreasing. On the other hand, as long as the money will keep the people out of the fighting, it can be considered somewhat fair, especially as businesses were not included in this act. So fair enough. Preacher's in. What up, dude? Hey, that's a recruit member right there. He is in, you know what I'm saying? He is in the circle of trust, as it were. Appreciate you being in, Preacher. Thanks for joining in tonight, dude. And appreciate all the ongoing support that you have offered me. I'm always humbled. Always humbled. How are we looking down here? Center wing. In the yellow. With what? Close to 11,000 men and 34 guns. 22,000 men. I don't believe it. 12,000 men. I bet that's what it is. Let's stay in the defensive. Let's edge right up here. Go. Can we do the same thing with Williams? Nope, not yet. He's getting close, though. Now, McDowell's Corps. He'll come down here and join 2nd Corps. Boop. Yep, take the railroad. That'd be just fine. Got General Joseph Knipes Artillery Reserve will come to the 5th Corps. Take the train. Absolutely. All right, got this fort built. Now, can we garrison that with anybody? We could probably put one brigade from one of these divisions. Cruft's brigade of, yeah, about 1,000 men. So what are we calling that? That's Fort Aylshire. Let's go ahead and just upgrade that sucker right off the bat. Let's just do it. Fort Aylshire. Aylshire. Very well, very well. There it is. Oh, that's right. You can't. Can you not transfer? So Fort Aylshire. Let's go ahead and do our field armies too. Let's go to the Army of Northeastern Virginia and see if we could take Cruft. Can we? Yes! Fantastic. Let's put them in there, just like that. All right, 5th Corps now will cross and join 2nd. We'll force the march. Go. Hawes. I don't know who Hawes is. Pierce and the South Carolina State Militia Corps are here. It was this Kime with the 7th Corps. Let's bring him down here into Fredericksburg. Let's go. 2-time. Force march, go. We're going to leave 6th Corps and Butler up here at the fort. Let's get the Army headquarters down here. 2-time, go. Aye. Aye. How are we doing with our Navy up here? It's going to take a minute, right? I don't see us getting into any trouble over here near Grafton. At least we hold. If we hold on to Grafton, that's actually doing pretty good up here. I'll be happy with that. All right, let's bring it to 5. This needs to end. Oh, dude. Down here near Nashville, we've been having trouble with, also with, oh, wait, no. Okay, no. Fort's built. Fort's built. Okay, good. Army of the Cumberland. Let's, what do we got with the Army of the Oconee? What do they got left? 3,600 men likely and 10 guns. Holy smokes. Well, let's move toward them. Let's move toward them right here. See what they do. Let's take the Department of Kentucky under Major General John Pope. And let's just chill. Just thinking of doing something there. Oh, here's another place where we could add a garrison right here. Fort Wynkoop. Who do we take from, though? I think we have to take from the Army of Northeastern Virginia again. From Runyon's massive corps. Here we go. Blanker's brigade. Let's transfer him to Fort Wind Coop. There it is. Blinker. Thank you, sir. Make that transfer. And I think that'll be good for now. That way we've got a little stronger presence in Kentucky. They'll be put generally under the command, kind of de facto under Major General John Pope right there. And we'll see how that goes. The other thing was, let's make sure all these corps right here, let's get them all, let's make sure everybody is stacked up real good, real nice and close together. Come on, right there. I see Reynolds Corps has come down from West Virginia. He's going to join Hawes. The Army of Virginia now reinforced here. Very well. 4th Corps has made it to Cumberland, Maryland. We'll have him on the attack and we'll be guarding. And once those orders are in, we're going to move him south, try to get the Army of Northern Virginia out of here. We'll see if they... Ooh, they may not stay put, though. I'll tell you what, let's take 1st Corps and let's just move it just a little closer. Right here. No, it's not a retreat. Move it a little closer. Let's take 4th Corps right on down. Right here. No, not a rail move. Just go. And he'll stay on, both will stay on offensive and we'll squeeze right there. Okay. All right, calling up here bit by bit. Looks very good. Looks very good. They're waiting on some ships still, it looks like. So we'll continue that. Now, we do have project. Oh, by the way, I need to look at my finances. I need to check this again. What are we at? 350. Oh my gosh. Okay, we need for those markets to get to going. I need for that sales tax and the tariff revenue to start coming in, man. Okay. Interest costs. Interest costs might end up sinking me, man. Market reform. Finance improvement of the nation's domestic markets to boost the economy in the long term. This will increase efficiency of all market buildings. Okay, I think subsidize national banks to increase their efficiency. Oh, I don't have any of those out. So I think we're going to have to do market reform. We could wait for another. How much do we have to go here? We got another, oh my gosh, we need 14 million. We're just not going to be close enough. We'll have to wait too long. Let's go market reform. Bingo. Do that. All right, next thing is, okay, these guys don't have a depot that's close enough. So I'm going to have the Army Headquarters unit build us a new one. There we go. All right. All right, we're gonna ask for a little audience participation right here, okay? Little audience participation. Here's the question: is auto resolve this one or play it? This is gonna be real small. There's probably gonna be like one enemy brigade. We'll probably be able to surround them quick, or overwhelm them with our artillery somehow. I'm going to let you guys give me a little bit of feedback on that. Probably give you just a little bit of time. See what you guys want to do. We'll obviously we'll make that decision. Take the time to make that decision, being that it is so key for our gameplay moving forward. And want to respect what you guys think we should do right here. We believe we've got about a dozen or so folks who are in right now. What do you guys think? The Army of the Cumberland right now in contact with the teensy-weensy Army of the Oconee. As you can tell, I might be tended on this one to just want to let it go and let it auto-resolve. But again, I don't want to do that prematurely, right? I don't want to do that prematurely. Let's make a decision, though, here. We could chit-chat about... Oh, by the way, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you're liking what you're seeing. But I got to say, I'm impressed with a couple of things that I'm hearing about and watched a little bit about. How about the USA Olympic hockey team, right? Both men's and women's, I think. We got gold in our blood this time around, folks. USA, way to be, all right? And then I just caught the story about this young gal, Alyssa Liu, the figure skater American who just won gold in the open performance or what have you. We've got to vote for playing it, all right? We've got to vote in for playing this upcoming battle. We've got one vote in thus far. Let's see how many more we get. If it's just a play it verdict, then by God, that's what we'll do. It's going to be an itty-bitty battle. It'll be real interesting to see how that works out maybe. But again, back to Alyssa Liu. So I guess what? China tried to nab her? Did they try to pay her or something? That's what I heard anyway. And she said no, decided to stick with the Americans. And, you know what the rest, the rest on that. The rest is history, and the rest is legendary, that's for sure. Want to play this, or do we want to try and... you want to see a cool battle even though it's small? Yeah, hey, man, that's what a lot of people feel when it comes to this game. I think that's a fair thing. That's a fair thing, man. And who do we have but none other than Albert Sidney Johnston as the commander of the Army of the Oconee now. Wow. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. We've got 20 on board to watch a little battle here. They're going to call it the Battle of Murfreesboro. We'll be on the Stones River battlefield. I've got these boys out, man, now. The teensy-weensy Battle of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Outside Nashville, the Union hope to drive off the Army of the Oconee for good. Here we go. We're going to do this thing. Might have to do a refill of tea. We'll do our deployments. We'll refill a new cup of tea. We'll come back. We'll fight the battle. So we'll be attacking, though. So, this is ain't exactly going to be easy. Indeed, it'll have to be the Battle of Murfreesboro. We'll be coming down the Nashville Turnpike. Probably just get the army on the march. We'll put skirmishers and cavalry out front. We'll use these woods. I'm going to dip off the road right about here. We'll start forming a line to kind of here. We'll push up with some guns to right about here. And we're just going to use guns in this space and infantry in this space. Guns supported by infantry, of course. Infantry in this space all the way to the rail in the river. The plan will be to just attack from this direction over here, using this stream and the river to anchor our flankers. Okay? So let's deploy out real quick right here. Veal. So I don't want them to be in the columns right off the rip. I want them to remain, you go there, you are here. Let's stack them up on the road. The Army Reserve Artillery would, so we'll put them like this, essentially just right there near the road. And we should have a nice looking marching column as we start moving forward toward the ennemi. Of course, we'll need to stay mindful to guard this sector here. Looks like we don't have any other supply roads at all, and we won't be able to take any. We'll have to keep mindful that we might be able to take that one, although doubtful. I don't have any cavalry, so there is that. But we'll be starting this May 6th, the Battle of Murfreesboro. A tiny little action. Hopefully it'll be a fun one. Right when I get back, going to fill up this new cup of tea, and we'll be right back on it, guys. Once again, do me the favor, hit that like button for me now if you're a fan. Subscribe to the channel. Join up, y'all. Membership is as little as $2 a month. I'll see you in just a sec. Got to be ginger with it. Got to be ginger with it. Got a little lemon tea tonight. Coat them vocal cords. You better button this up. All right. Now, we are ready. Let's just double check this strength report, by the way, real quick. Oh, come on. Okay. He does have cavalry, so he'll have a brigade of infantry and a brigade of cavalry with looks like 1 or 2 batteries of artillery. You know, so this could get tricky. This could get tricky. Let's go ahead and play it. Okay, we'll take the whole army down. We'll go 1 division at a time. Old Lew Wallace. We'll get his orders. We'll dip off with him right to here. And he'll go boop, boop. That, I think I like that better anyway. We'll send Wood up. Wood will be coming right to here for starters. Like that. Let's go 2 times. And the reserve artillery, for starters anyway, is going to just get up to kind of here. Dip off and kind of go right there. And we'll just get the army up. Get everybody forward anyway, right? Got it. And we'll have General Veal. And this is his second. General Veal has been a stalwart for us as far as Army command in smaller actions. He was a key piece to our defense of Wheeling and kind of Pittsburgh here in 1862. He did real well in a delaying action out in West Virginia. Welcome on in. All of you fans, friends, new recruits, and veterans of the channel, you're all appreciated. There's a lot of folks who want to come in, check out a little Grand Tactician once again tonight. Good Tuesday to you all. Thank you for joining. Once again, I'm Bank 60s. This is Alternate History Gaming. Let's make sure we don't lose our headphones here. Let's go 5 times. If I don't try to get some sound in the headphones, there's no sound right now, right? And it just registers as hearing nothing but silence. I could be talking as like crazy, just jibber-jabbering into my microphone, having that light up my ears, but somehow, some way, this headset doesn't pick that up. I guess I'll have to get a new one. I don't know. Didn't leave anybody behind, I don't think. Sent some skirmishers out. That works pretty good. Unit and column got some skirmishers out front. Now we'll see. Like I've said before, that the Reb AI in a battle, I think it was in southwest Missouri, they set up out here near the river one time. So I'll tell you what I would do. Let's jump down to 2 times right here. Let's go to our OOB and let's have Wood. Let's have him on an attack stance for, just right off the rip. Wallace, same thing. Wood and Wallace. So if they run into any Rebs, there will be something churning in their AI brain for them to act upon. By the way, not a lot of joy on the Foxhole front. I've been real bummed out. I've been trying to jump on and keep a stable connection into the game, into their alpha server, and it just ain't holding. I mean, it did. Last night I jumped on, I got on, I stayed on right after they dropped a quick patch. I was able to keep a steady playthrough for about an hour. But then I tried again to do it today a couple of different times, and I just was not able to stay in the game. Was really hoping we could get to some more Foxhole playing. I did freaking forget somebody. Okay. Doop. Their captain got drunk last night. Captain Dandy, he'll be reprimanded later. He already suffers enough having a name like Dandy. Know what I'm saying? See, I love this effect. Grand Tactician, this is one of my favorite things that they did, was this kind of old parchment army paper map style of artwork on all of the battle maps. And I wonder what the Napoleonic game, I fascinate about that, back and forth about, okay, will they do it kind of I think that this is kind of the style that you would also do it in. But I also think that maps at the time were drawn with a lot more color, I think. Military maps, I'm not sure about that though. Got Willich's guns up. So let's go ahead and start bringing them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. Here. 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 Have the rest of the army file in. Very good. And so this is something that the AI also doesn't quite do either. You know, they don't get, they do, I mean, they do. They come toward the objective, right? They get pretty close to it. And then they kind of stop like here, and then they usually will default out to pretty much a straight line between one anchor point and another anchor. Pretty good job about that, by the way. Putting high ground on a flank or putting a stream on a flank or something like that and then building out from there. I've seen them do that pretty well on plenty of occasions. But they won't think to put their force into something like this, like a tight line using the forested terrain to put their, to cover their troops. Okay, Woods Division, we're going to change it a bit. He's going to come out. We're going to first put him into a line. We'll be going into a day 2 here. Looks like they didn't have enough time to build any entrenchments, so here we're going to have ourselves a real slug match outside of Winchester. The most interesting thing will be what their cavalry decides to do. I think what we will make sure we get done is to get some skirmishers out so that we can protect our batteries that are rolling out in this area here. Oh, he recalled those skirmishers. Got it. So these skirmishers here, let's send them right there. Go. Go ahead and run there. Now he's gotten his line order, right? So now we're going to park the center of the division right there. Boom. Then I want Wallace. Let's keep him where he is. Let's have his guns come to here. And Veal, yep. Dandy, here he comes. Late as always. Let's put him a little bit across the road there. And this is how we'll deploy on this first day right here. Looks like we won't get into any combat for the first day. We're just going to be advancing to within range of the enemy for the most part. What appears to be to me. Go 5 times. Let's have these skirmishers out front. And I may keep the army, the main body, deployed back this way, is what I may end up doing. I'm going to take him once he gets there off of his AI command. Let's try to do that with this man too. It's getting them off of this. Excuse me. There was a sneeze. Yeah, it's getting them off of this AI stance that I don't quite have pegged. But now he's not stopping me from putting skirmishers out. Or yes, he is. God dang it. Okay, so let's just live with this and let's go defend. All right? And let's let him do what he wants again. Let's have Wallace do the same thing, defend, and let's let him do what he wants again. And that should prompt them to send skirmishers out. Then we're going to have Wood in his division advance using woods and the stream like we planned on. We will not worry about cover. We will not worry about roads. And then you will advance to here, like that. And then you will advance after just a second. Let that order go out to right here. Boom. Let's go 5 times. What a beautiful... so like I talk about this plenty. I am expecting a great deal from the Napoleonic product when it comes to just the beauty of the scene. This is I like it better than Total War. I don't know exactly why, but I just do. The textures of the terrain, the usefulness of the terrain, the nature, like the fact that I think it's really well made after the actual locations, generally speaking. And then, when you get, and then the fact that time goes by and you get into evening time and you've got morning time and you've got the lighting effects over the landscape. It's fantastic stuff, man. Road Dog's in. Welcome in, Road Dog. Probably my top dog. Hey, welcome in, dude. Hey, if you haven't already thought about it, go ahead. Give me the thumbs up, brother. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. You guys are the best to do that. We are getting the stream out there to more folks, man. Looks to me like maybe YouTube's starting to see us more too. It would be so freaking cool if we got ourselves a big, robust community built, ready for the release of the Napoleonic game so we can all have fun with it together. You guys will be playing it more and faster than me, I bet, because, there's only so much time that I actually will have time to stream and to play. You guys will probably be able to get ahead of me on it, which I will be jealous of course. Let's move the artillery forward here. Here, and here. Veal and the HQ will come over here. And then we'll just kind of steamroll through town. Shoot. Can we get skirmishers out and keep them out yet? Doesn't look like it. There we go. There we go. You boys. Let's send skirmishers into town. Let's see what we can find. General Veal's Department of the Kentucky, or rather the Army of the Cumberland, going to get its first taste. We do have, by the way, not weapons that aren't that good. So there is that. I hadn't really noticed that yet. How much smoke are these dust? Okay, not that much. So that's one thing that I'm trying to learn more is if you move troops slowly, marching them slowly through the woods, I think maybe it's just harder to see their dust, a little bit harder. Not that much harder, you know, because there's trees in the way of the dust rising. Can't quite make it out versus all the dust you can make out over here. Of course, you can see more of it with horses because the horses attached to the artillery. Looks like we've got the town. And I see Rebs on the move here. There they are. That looks like one brigade each of infantry, one of infantry, one of cavalry, and looks like they're going to set up on this little hill outside of Murfreesboro. Very well. Very well. Get some more skirmishers out into the town. And I think we'll set up camp right out here for the night. When we can redeploy in the morning, we may set up something more clever and push in the attack the following day. Ugh. Papa Squirrel, welcome on in, dude. Yeah, this game's great. Grand Tactician, the Civil War. Been out for 4 or 5 years now. But I always love coming back to a favorite, man. This is a favorite, no doubt about it. Those of you who are new to Grand Tactician, I think I'll slow the game down for this one. Take a little bit of time to kind of help introduce you to what they kind of do at the next level of historical representation of realism when you play, and also of immersion and attachment to the narratives that you create while you go through the game. You care, like, so a game like Total War, you know, that's like the mainstay, I would say. I think a game like Scourge of War is another one that you mentioned. This is a game that lets you unpack and play the entire Civil War. We jump back onto the campaign map. If you haven't seen that yet, you're talking about literally like a simulation, like what it would have been like to be Abraham Lincoln in Washington trying to guide this whole thing and get to be the generals out on the field when the battles actually happen. Everything from economics to finances, government, treasury, bonds, and all the rest, to the actual battles themselves, the ability to create your own orders of battle. Like I have an attachment. Look, we have a number of, these are our skirmisher detachments, I see. I have this order of battle for the Army of the Cumberland. I built it. It's mine. I have like a little ownership of it. I didn't do it just to like here, I need a thing, I need to do I need to do that, I need to do this. I've promoted some of the leaders. I have reinforced and changed around some of the troops, upgraded their weapons, you know, and I know some of the names. So you get to do that in this game. And when you add that layer, it makes fighting the battles a little bit more meaningful and kind of a little bit more personal. Like, you can do that in Total War, but you just can't do it to this degree. You can't do it to this scale and in the, you know, with the detail all the way down to the brigade commander names, right? These in Total War, it's just a clump of troops that, yeah, I think they're Group 1 and Group 2, and maybe you can give those more creative names. There's some mod that lets you do that. I don't know, but you know, with Total War, it's just like a group of guys, and there's, you know, who cares? This way, in this game, this is what is kind of central to what it does differently, and in my opinion, a little bit better than what's already out there. So let's go. I'd really like to be able to find that cavalry out there. Let's go ahead. Let's scooch some guns into town. The Army Reserve guns. Let's just go right there. Let's go right there. And then let's have some more here. And then I want to utilize the redeployment time to set all the troops in a detailed way, the way that I want them. Their guns are opening up. Over here. Nice. And yeah, they're just going to defend over here. since we have so many more troops, so the way that this game kind of works and what I love about the beauty of this game too, all right, so a game like Total War, you're going to have one army that just is like, here's the battle map. You're going to put them over here and you're going to put them over here. There are no end of days, right? You don't get to do what I'm about to be able to do right here, which is, okay, go into the next morning through the night to 0600 and then redeploy the whole army however I want to within this deployment zone. You can see it doesn't extend out past the town because the Confederates' deployment zone and the fact that they control the actual victory location is pushing back against my ability to continue my deployment out further than the town. So we're going to have to try and set up a decent deployment area back behind the town, and we're going to have to unmoor from this stream, and now the flank really will be guarded by the town itself. We want to deploy there with our guns. We want to deploy here with these guns. And these guns go here. I'd wager to say we might get away with this. No, can't see anything. The cav would come right after us if we put guns up there, right? So we won't do that. We could hit their guns from here. Oh, just barely. Can't get there. Okay. So let's go here. Let's have these boys deploy to here. And we'll take Wood's division in its line right there. Let's have these guns just come a little further out on the flank. We'll push them forward. Let's keep a brigade out near them. We'll get a little more detailed with this. These guns here. What are these? 3-inch ordnance rifles. Boom. That'll put them in range of everything. One thing I would hate to do to you guys, but that I may do to show you kind of how things will work oftentimes, is to show you the fact that when you have artillery superiority in this thing, you really you're really winning. You can kind of hang and bang away. Veal will have his headquarters here. We'll have his 2 divisions. The Army of the Cumberland just stacked around the town with a little artillery on the flank, guarded by some infantry there. The plan will be to rush forward with Wallace's troops and get engaged, and then we'll move Wood in pretty much right after that. I don't think we'll see them attacking us, coming right out after us. Let's do this real quick. 0600 is kind of dark here. Holy smokes, man. Matthew's back. Dude, welcome, man. Hey, he's one of the OG guys that was on the stream, man. Glad to have you in tonight, dude. We got a few more folks joined in, and I hope your move went well. Reloads, or went well, I should say. Reloads are, they're always an ordeal, dude. Okay, so it's not quite as dark. Very well. Let's send these skirmishers back out. Let's get these skirmishers in these buildings. Let's get these skirmishers. Can they go in buildings here? Nope. How about here? And these guys, let's have them come out all the way. Good, good, good. Good, 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 good. Let's bait their cavalry a little bit here. Let's see if maybe their cavalry wants to come play. Let's take these guns. let's go ahead. Yeah, use roads and stuff and come up to right there. These guns will kind of stay in a reserve position right here. Wallace. Oh, that was the other thing. Take those guns and detach them, please. Thank you. Okay. I want to give this some time so we can open fire. Can't see him right now. Let's take this unit. Let's move them out front. Let's just get out of the buildings in the town. Let's just go spot these suckers. If we can't, come on, boys. Two time. I want to get some artillery fire down on these bastards. Oh, they backed up. Right. Right. Okay, we're hitting them now. Hitting their artillery at least. And so, you know, you can be smart about things. Try to put them under your gunfire for a little while. Let's have Wallace's division. Let's get them into an attack stance. Then let's have them move forward. We'll have them get out there. Boom. And let's send them at 6:45. No, let's go at 6:50. Go. All right. That's where we'll start. Opening up over here too. Good, good, good. I think they moved their guns back. So Wood's division right here. We could move them up. Boop. In support. Veal comes forward into town. Boom, boom, boom. Up there on the hill. Good. Okay, he's part of Wood's divisional artillery. These guns can move on up. Let's go, boys. The cannon, 6-pounders. Yeah, this army doesn't have, I don't think, as much. Yeah, these 3-inch ordnance rifles are pretty good. They have that. Here we go. Should have made it so they didn't have to use the road. And Dandy's artillery. Stay in the back. Now let's bring them right here. Yeah. If I had any freaking cav, that's a good point. That's the first thing I would do. Wonder if let's take some artillery out to the edge of this ridge right here. Move them on up. You see the Union Army move out into the field at 6:50, just before 7. If I'm a Reb up here on the hill, I'm getting nervous. I'm getting nervous. You better believe it. I'm getting nervous. Army of the Cumberland, forming up, moving out. Let's go, boys. We're going to see. So I like to try to do this where sometimes where I just let the AI kind of figure out its way ahead. He's going to have some skirmishers out. He's supposed to be in an attack. Right? He's going to stop his troops right here, and he's going to try to figure out what he wants to do. How he wants to prosecute this. Well, he's going to form up here. He's going to stop. Kind of not where I wanted him to. We're going to have a couple brigades that stack up right here. I don't love it. But it is how it is. Rev's going to see all this Yankee infantry out here ready to come kill him. And by God, that's what we're going to do. Wood's going to change to an assault order. We're going to have his artillery detach. And we're going to be able to open up with everybody now. Okay, now that that gun is detached, we will send the rest of the division forward. Right at him. Let's go. Here we go. Now, like I would take, but I don't want to take a whole infantry brigade over there for some reason. You know, I just feel like I'll be better served by just swamping them with everything, you know? I could be wrong. And the other thing is to capture one of those points helps to keep them from resupply. Does it also confuse them about exactly where to retreat? That's the thing I don't quite know for sure. Like, I'll take one of those, and they won't be able to retreat that direction. I know that. I wonder if it adds more to the retreat clock at the end, the red number that you see on the retreat countdown clock. I guess we'll have to see. I guess we'll have to take a look at that. Okay. He wants to readjust where his line is positioned. We're not moving this thing ahead, fellas. We're dilly-dallying. Come on. Again, just kind of letting the AI move it in, right? Let's see how the AI performs here. Just want to let the AI try to push this attack forward. Looks like they don't really want to. Here they go. Here we go. Wallace is going to move one brigade to here. Interesting move. There we go. Opening up right there. Good. Let's shoot there. Let's take their artillery out right there. Let's just shoot everything at it. Keep it steady now. Bonk. I do a little start-stop on the recording. Took a little fire from skirmishers there. Let's go ahead. Oh, they're not going to do it because we're in AI mode, right? See how Wallace handles this, okay? This is the next best thing to doing like an auto-resolve. This is where you come into the battle, you let your generals try and take care of business here. You can see how he wants to do it. We're going to send Sickles up with his mixed muskets, take care of these skirmishers first. And then we're going to bring another brigade or two forward, looks like. Right here. He's going to come out and take a position on that flank. I guess I like that. If we can hold our ground right here. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Ambrose Burnside right here for the Army of the Cumberland. Edward Bragg. Interesting. Okay, we're going to go there. We're going to form a line, it looks like, just right kind of here. Right near the objective, it looks like. Okay. Okay, I can be for that. I can be for that. Civil War battling right here with Grand Tactician. I think we probably got a lot of new eyes on the game tonight. This is a much smaller battle, man. You got to go back. You got to check out some of the videos on the channel. By the way, I'm Bank60s, your humble and gracious player host. Bank60s on YouTube with alternate history gaming. This is what we do, baby. Black Powder era, Civil War, Napoleonic warfare. We've got Scourge of War, Grand Tactician. You know, at some point I may break and just get into Total War in order to do some multiplayer at some point down the road. I got to get into some multiplayer at some point. But this game is peak right now. People are jumping on board. People are getting real excited about the Napoleonic title that's coming out. People, I think, underappreciated a bit about everything the Grand Tactician, the Civil War offers, gives you the ability to do in terms of putting together your own war story, your own battle stories like we're doing right here, right now. I don't win them all either. The AI has come out and they've beaten me. They get you in a tough spot in the campaign map plenty of the time where you're disadvantaged. There's nothing you can do. You have to fight the fight. And the AI just kind of has a good wit about it when it comes to attack you in waves or at a major battle. They can flank pretty well. This battle is probably not going to be the best example of that, but what this is a decent example of is, I mean, right now, I'm just letting the AI push the attack forward right here. So we're going to watch and see how our AI buddies pretty much just how they perform. And if they can come out with a win. Let's move some of these guns up. Right here. And Grand Tactician's become kind of a mainstay on the channel, for sure. So, okay, they've got another supply point right here, too. Good. Yeah, they're going to be breaking. Okay, so here's where cavalry would come in real handy, right? So we could take this, sure, also. We could run around behind him, cut off the road here, and try to actually bag this whole army and not allow it to retreat. I feel like we may end up having to watch them run away. As it crowds up here in the hill. And this is one thing. So the AI will do these sorts of things that I don't like to do, which is I like to try and keep the line as it moves forward, spacing, keeping all of the fields of fire in each brigade has its own sector for the most part, the way that it was really done. The AI does not abide by any bit of that. Pretty much we'll just, if it gets the opportunity, kind of go wave on wave on wave in the attack. If it I mean, you know, if you've got the numbers, it kind of makes sense to do that anyway, right? Just a full-on frontal assault. There is that. But working around the flanks here wouldn't be a bad idea either. Got some of them wanting to lay down, get up, lay down. Woo! Got ourselves a real stand-up firefight out here, man. Sheesh. Hey, let's take this brigade here. How about this one? Let's send some men out to grab these guns real quick, huh? We've got cannon closer, good. These cannon could come up into this field right here. And with some skirmishers and an artillery battery to keep him company, Major General Veal in command. Army of the Cumberland losing just over 700 troops thus far. I think we'll We'll be able to write home. Go ahead. Somebody go ahead and grab the telegraph wire man here in Murfreesboro. I need to talk to him real fast. We've got a message to deliver to Washington about our impending success here in Central Tennessee. The Army of the Oconee, under none other than Albert Sidney Johnson, will be run off to the south and henceforth no longer a problem for our efforts in this theater. Thank you, sir. Yours most respectfully, General Egbert L. Veal. That's spelled V-I-E-L-E. Thank you. Meantime, there goes one brigade. And the Greencoats will come up and take care of business. Steedman's brigade. Come on, boys. Open fire on those bastards. I think they've got cover in the woods right there. My goodness. Are we not going to be able to crack this rebel line? Could 3,000 rebels with some cavalry sprinkled in really repulse this overwhelming attack? Sickles got himself broken. It's not a lost resilience route in either case, so that's good. That's the good news. Open up. Open up. Goodness gracious, boys. Goodness gracious, boys. All right, we're getting them to fall back now. Guns moving forward. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and let's get these guns right up here. Why not? Just do it. Just do it. Move them right up behind. Go, go, go. Your placement of artillery becomes paramount in importance. Here comes Willits across the field. Hopefully he doesn't get himself killed. Pushing them back. Back into the woods, boys. Get into those woods. We'll have cover in there, damn it. We'll have cover in there, damn it. And so you see how things move forward when you just let the AI do stuff. Doesn't quite work the way you'd like for it to. Okay, we're going to head back to the Major General, the Army Commander, to rally now with these two brigades. Very well, very well. Wise's brigade and this cavalry right here. Man, they've been doing all right. Golly. Let's go on, come up there. And there you have that. So, a note about that. Here in Grand Tactician, another thing that they do, I think that's pretty fair and realistic, is this enemy is retreating. And that always ends up happening about the time your army loses 30% of its strength. And it depends on the army, the quality of the troops in the army. If the quality of the troops and the quality of the commanders is pretty high, it may hold out until it's lost close to 40%. I've never seen an army go, no matter how long the battle lasted, no matter how things worked out with the victory locations or anything like that, I've never seen an army stick it out to where it's lost half its strength. And when a whole army loses half its strength, you know, in the Civil War period, that was a huge, huge thing. And, you know, it was a hugely, hugely bad thing. All right, so they'll be running off. We'll have 41 minutes to try to go catch up with them, and we won't, most likely. Let's bring it up to 20 times. Let's bank that victory like we do. Well, I have something, like we say, to write home about that. Wire's already out. Wire's already out, so Washington already knows. Abraham Lincoln can grab out the champagne glasses and have himself a good old time. We've won another one out west. Nashville should be secure. Victory, sir, is ours after the Battle of Murfreesboro. I love it. Okay, we took a number more casualties than I would have liked to have taken in that one, considering our artillery superiority, but Army's fine. Army will be fine. We'll get back to the campaigning, right? Also, you know, hey, you join up, become a member of the channel. If you want to subscribe, you do that right now. I'd love it if you did. Hit that thumbs up button for me as always. Let's get the stream out there to more folks. We have a good time around here. That's what we try to focus on, just having a good old time around here. This being one of my favorite things. This is Alternate History Gaming. If you were not already acquainted with the channel itself, look up Alternate History Gaming and that name that you see right up there, Bank 60s on YouTube. I try to jump on here just about at least every other night, right around 9 p.m. U.S. Central Time, to play a little Grand Tactician. We focus a lot on that game for now anyway, like I was talking about earlier on in that battle right there. We do branch out to other titles, though, of course. We've been doing Scourge of War for a long time. If you want to go check out the channel, you can see lots of really cool Scourge of War content. You're talking full army battles. We're talking 11-hour ordeals, full 11-hour battle playthroughs, 14 hours for one of them. I did the whole Battle of Antietam as the Confederates on Scourge of War. I called it my Battle Epic Antietam. But here is the catch, y'all. In order to see all of those battles, plus Waterloo, Lee Knee, another Lee Knee with the Prussians, as well as my own replaying of another version of Chancellorsville in the Scourge of War Civil War game. You got to become a member. You got to pay at least $5 a month. It gains you access to what I call my Battle Epic Video Vault. Right now, I'd just have you go check out the channel. Just pick around there and see what you like. We've got plenty of stuff for all of you groggy nuts watching out there. Love you all for tuning in. Love you all for tuning in. Thank you for being out there with me. Battle of Murfreesboro has ended. It is a victory. The Army of the Oconee retreating in panic. It is a total victory with 750 rifles and 4 guns taken from the field. That works for me, man. That works for me. But that's another thing. So the AI in the game kind of helps you fill in a little story around your battles, right? Off they go. We'll be here. We'll be taking Nashville. We're going to come back to Nashville right here. Okay. We'll send them off south. Then we're going to have some plans. There they go. Should be going soon. We're going to win this one. I just know it. All right, how are we looking with the Navy over here? Oh, wait. Got to keep an eye on these boys. All right. We have the Block Island Sound Squadron. They're cold up. They're cold up. Do they have all their ships? They do not. How long is that going to freaking take, man? How long is that going to freaking take? All right, they don't quite have everybody. We'll just send them. Anybody who's not there already can catch up. All right? Let's keep it real. All right, we're going to send them down right here first. We'll be in defensive stance. We won't worry about the fleet orders. We'll just send them. Hopefully they got enough coal. Okay. I see now that we have these troops that would appear in a bit of a bind with the 4th Corps on the approach. Will we have ourselves another battle? Oh, 2 battles in one stream. Could it be? I don't know. That would be neat. That would be neat. Got the Army of the Army of Northeastern Virginia nice and tight right down here. We got 7th Corps. 3rd Corps, 2nd Corps, 5th Corps, Artillery Reserve, Army Headquarters. And we got this hospital building. We'll keep that going. Now, I wanted to look at something too. How are our transport bottlenecks? Ohio, moving through here is getting better. Okay, another thing. Economics. Okay, a lot of folks who are watching Grand Tactician Night maybe for the first time. Anytime you click into a window like I'm doing right here, you pause the game. Anytime you're going to interact with something that requires a little bit of extra thought, ingenuity, intuitiveness, and economic know-how, you can pause the game and think a little bit more about what you're about to do, what you're about to consider. We are looking at railroads right here. This is how detailed it gets with the economy and Grand Tactician. This is the sort of stuff that you have to lord over and understand in order to put together a war-winning war effort. What they say, winning battles is important, but what wins a war is logistics, and that's the part that this plays right here, this railroad building. So you can see I've got a bunch of new railroads going in. All right, there's several of these that are moving along here, moving right along. Okay, but we got a long way to go on several others of them. And once those get built, all this red, a lot of this red anyway, from I think, across here should go away. Our economy should benefit. We should collect more sales tax. We should collect more from the markets that we've placed. So let's go to market influences. See, all these markets that we've put down. And I want to believe we can keep our credit steady until we get those bonuses. Until those things are in effect. All right, they're going to come down. When they get to about like here, I think I'm going to send the infantry troops down that I want to send. There they go. Army of Northern Virginia. I knew it. I knew that they'd get out. So we'll take 4th Corps. We'll bring them over here with 1st Corps. Right there. And you'll have the Army of Northern Virginia here in the Shenandoah. Oh my gosh, they're building a new hospital hotel. New hospital right there. Holy snap. And now we'll have the inside track to Virginia. Are we on the defensive with everybody? Yeah, let's just do that. Let's get on the defensive with everybody. Right there like that. Army command, yeah. And then everybody's scouting. Let's have him guarding. Let's have this corps, yep, guarding, good. Fine, okay, can't get in there. Sibley's corps, headed south. Look at that. Center wing, pursue. Right, or no. Okay, left wing of the army moves over this way. Or do we even need to? I don't think so. I'll tell you what we do. Army of North Virginia headquarters moves to Wheeling. Go. Take the railroad. Do it. Left wing advances to south of Grafton on a forced march in the storm. Shit. That's going to be problematic. Actually, we need them to stop immediately. Got to wait for this weather to clear up. Got the Rebs on the run, man. 1863 may be looking pretty good here. We can only hope. If our credit rating bombs, that's our trouble. Mark it. Done. Good. Mark it. Yep. Done. Good. And there too. Good, 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 good. Fantastic. Come on. We just need to finish up this right here. We need to send them on. We need to send them on to the bye and bye. Where is 5th Corps? Is it down there? Yeah. Sixth Corps is guarding. Yep. Good. So I'm thinking maybe. Oh my gosh. Gosh, some cool plans maybe coming together before long. We can't reinforce the army by too much. Our credit rating is just too low. You know, there's just not much we're going to be able to do. I'd to send another corps east to reinforce this army with either the left wing or center wing and leave McClellan and this army with not many men may end up being what I decide to do here. Possibly. Let's start filling up this depot. Let's empty this one out. Okay, storm's over. Let's move you south. Center wing. Let's move you here for now. Make a little progress in this spring campaign. Now, we've been kicked out of the Norfolk area completely. I don't love that. That's for sure. Gosh, in this stream tonight, I would sure love it if we would be able to actually, here we go. B. Yep, knew that was, I felt like I knew that was coming. I would love it in this stream tonight if we were actually able to get this underway, this attack. If we don't get it done tonight, if we don't actually get to it tonight, I want to be able to promise that I will get to that like first thing when we jump on the next Grand Tactician stream, which will be coming up, I believe, on Saturday. We're going to do Scourge of War, come up Thursday night. Antietam DLC probably. We'll get back into that. There's not too many more scenarios left for us to play there. There's quite a number of them, but we've played several so far. All of the real good ones, as far as I can tell, anyway. But there may be some gems left hiding for us there in that Scourge of War Antietam DLC release. They came out with that one mid-December or so. Let's bring it up to 5. All right, let's go back to play. Let's bring General Fitch. We're going to come to here. Gosh darn it. We're not going to go to there. Okay, we're going to go right out to here. And I don't want to take the train. Oh, crap. Okay, there's that victory out in Tennessee that we were looking for. Cool, cool. That's fine. Let's actually have them stop, though. We're going to reroute that order. We're going to get them doing... Okay. Well, how about this? Wow. So there was a little... interesting. We won a battle just now here. Very light casualties, not a big deal. And now it's gotten us engaged. So it looks like General Cadwalader wants to go on the attack against the enemy army of Mississippi, and we're going to have ourselves another one here. What? We've got the army headquarters. It looks Tappan's Corps and McCown's Corps. McCown's Corps must be something else. Either that or our intel is bad. Tough to tell. Or they brought another corps north? Question mark. We're going to have to play it. Let's go. Reminder where you are and what you're watching. I guess you could always put that shameless plug in there. It's Alternate History Gaming. We love to play black powder, 19th century style, grand strategic type, also tactical games, including Grand Tactician, the one we're playing right here, right now. And we've got quite a few folks who are in tonight. There may be plenty who are new to the game. I love that we have more folks who are getting interested in Grand Tactician. I think this is becoming kind of a household thing. It's getting there. I'm Bank60s, your humble and gracious player host as always, guys. Hit that thumbs up button on the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Join in, guys. Join in. Hit that notification bell, of course. You'll find out when I post new videos. I try to do that one every other day, too, as well as streaming. We post videos of Grand Tactician the most, I would say. We aren't posting as many of like Scourge of War and Foxhole, or we still post some videos of YouTube, or U-Boat, I should say. And we'll be doing a little bit more of that in the future. Might jump into a new game at some point, but Grand Tactician stays as kind of our main game moving forward. But I wanted to get that pitch in for you right now before we jump into this next battle. It is the Army of Mississippi against the Army of the Mississippi once again, way out west in West Tennessee. What are we going to do? How are we going to do here? I don't know. We're on defense, it says. So they must come north with another corps. We'll be playing on the Shiloh battlefield again. And this will be like a real representative Shiloh thing. We're going to have to call this something else. We've already had the Battle of Jackson North Railroad. Let's go. We have the 2nd Corps under Bayard. Doop. At Cadwalader. Here we go. Let's just get them all right here. Right here where we can see them, boys. Check out the OB. I kind of forgot what this army is. Bayard has been a key guy for us in a past battle. Not so much for Mansfield, but he's been good. We've got everybody all at once. Love that. We've got 2 cavalry divisions. Or actually 1 cavalry division under Gibbs. And then the reserve cav and artillery here. What kind of battle are we going to have here? Like I say, I may just have bad intel on the other corps that they have. So we're going to have to watch. Where are they coming from? Right down that way. Okay. We have 38 points of entrenchments. Excuse me. At 0600. Okay, we're going to get detailed with this one. That's for damn sure. Let's see what the strength report says. Okay, so I think that they've got another like reduced strength corps under Tappan or under McCown that's going to be coming on. And they're going to be on the attack. This is just something, that's kind of like, what is the AI doing? Why don't they, that is one thing I question the wisdom of what the AI is up to here. Let's have Mansfield there. Let's use these swamps. Most likely, we're going to have Gibbs cavalry. Probably guarding that area there. We'll just put them right here for now. Bayard's corps just out this way. We'll have Sanford's division kind of there. And right there. Corps. Reserve artillery. Right there and there. That's fine. Burton. And the rest of the cavalry reserve. You got Custer right here. He's done pretty good this campaign, I will say. At least in my opinion. All right, bring the army forward. Now, we got it laid out. We'll have Mansfield's corps holding the right and the center. And we'll have Bayard's corps. We'll be anchored kind of at this stream. This pathway could be, a little pathway could become a flanking problem. But we'll have Bayard's whole corps hanging around this area here. We'll have Mansfield's corps taking up the line, starting anyway through here. Right? And we'll kind of have it, we'll use the stream, and then we'll use the swamp to make the flank for the army there. We'll end up setting things up like that. So here we go. All right. We need breastworks to start things out. Let's go here. Let's do like that. Let's do let's do like this. Cool. Let's do rifle parapet here. Like so. We'll do more breastworks just to cover the flank here. Or I'll tell you what. Let's do parapets again. I think we just have them in the middle of this field, really. Just kind of go here, here. Kind of up along this trail to that fence. Ah, shoot. Those are breastworks. Gosh darn it. Arrgh. Yeah, both. That's funny. Let's go upgrade there. Good. That'll be fine. And if they all want to file, if they all want to file along this skinny little trail over here and smack me in the left, then by God, I guess that's what they'll do. I guess we'll see about that. Otherwise, we'll let them slog through the swamp if they want. We'll go ahead and we'll defend right near the objective right here. That'll be fine. Okay. You boys. Let's get one brigade here. 1 brigade in the trenches. 1 brigade on that fence. Looks good. Get him right there at that crossroad. Good. We'll have Gibbs Cav. Let's have his horse guns be here. And then let's have his horsemen be here with evade rules and scouts. Zook's brigade here with scouts and an evade order. Gibbs will be with them, kinda. Right out here. And right up here. Heinzelman's boys. Dunk. We stacked up in here. Just like that. Sanford's division. Oh, other part was to have artillery galore over here. Do artillery right up front there. Do some more. There. Have Dillon's brigade be right there. Shaw. Nelson. Have these guns be here like that. Let's get some skirmishers out and cover them guns. Same here. Let's get some skirmishers and cover them guns. Let's get a little more artillery support up here. Let's have him pointing that way. Good. Sanford, he's going to be a little vulnerable out there, but we'll deal with it. Yeah. Yeah, I like this position. I do. This is, I think, a pretty good one. It'll be tough to flank it. I mean, it's possible. It really is, but it's going to be tough. Let's get this artillery right in there. Get the brigades up along the breastworks there and there. Okay. Get Carney. Let's get him right. Let's go there. We'll set the Rebs a little trap if they want to come at that part of the line. We'll have the Corps Reserve Cav waiting for them. Here and here. That could be a little bit of a weak point. We do have a division here. It's mobile defense. They'll be able to go here, here, here. These guns get right up on the parapet or entrenchment there. Put a brigade near them. We'll have this brigade looking out that way. And as a matter of fact, put Burton's Cav there. And we'll put them on evade. Morrell's division. Lyon, Nathaniel Lyon's division. He's risen up in command. And by the way, new video that was posted that was about this army in its infancy. Back when Mansfield and was still a division commander and Lyon was still a brigade commander. The Battle of Widow Howell Field. This army's first battle where they cut their teeth and they got beat. They got beat bad by a corps under General George Pickett, of all people. This corps commander could probably just come right up here. Army commander could probably be back here. And I think that's how we're going to set this up. And contrary to the way that I like to play most of the time, I think we may just let the Rebs come at us here. We'll keep an eye out, but I like this defensive position. I got a feeling like we could probably just wait on them. Let's see how this goes. 2 times. Here we go. Battle begins. Oh, 54 in with us tonight, guys. We're setting records on the stream tonight. This is fantastic. Fantastic on a Tuesday. Let's go 5 times. Don't want to get overstretched. Let's put these guys here. Call it a retreat move. Okay, all of these guys I'm going to put on a defend. And again, I'm going to do the frustrating thing, and I'm going to let the AI do a lot of the legwork here. Mansfield, your whole corps, sir, is going to be on a defend. All right, Lion, defend. Morel, you too. Bayard, you're up next. We're all just hunkered down. We can see plenty, it looks like, out that way. And here they come. Oh, what are we going to have right here, boys and girls? What are we going to have right here? So now, by the way, so let's slow it down a little bit. This takes this is a moment that I may cut this one out. We're right about 2 hours right here. And by the way, we're gonna have to probably split this battle over into another stream. I'm gonna tell you that. Old man's got bedtime to abide by tonight. Thank you very much. But you start thinking, this is the Shiloh battlefield, okay? Grant pushed his army out all the way to kind of past here. He had troops that were set up here and here and kind of here and here. And just what Matthew said in the chat right there is something I think that's good to point out about his line ending up back closer to Pittsburgh Landing. The terrain favored the Union Army just kind of pulling back bit by bit into this little nook. That way its flanks are covered. And if the army takes casualties and gets smaller and smaller and smaller, then it's got itself set up in the kind of terrain that will make that pretty well okay, right? And then perfectly on time when Buell's troops show up, and I think it's 13 to 18,000 fresh men, you've got the army nice and compact and ready to then push out the other way, right? So it's pretty brilliant when you consider where Grant put his army when you take a bird's eye look at the map, just like that. So as expected, or as you would expect, the AI will come pretty much right after the victory locations. You can bank on it. Dillon will get hit hard. Let's take Broadhead's brigade right here. Let's bring them out. have these skirmishers. Let's maybe have these skirmishers kind of set up just a little differently right here. Get up against that fence. And come on out in the woods. This be, I believe, their main avenue of approach there. I don't see any dust clouds moving against our left. But you can set up pretty cool looking little historically representative battle line with entrenchments and everything. Right? That's what Grand Tactician gives you the ability to do, different from any other game that there really is out there. You can set up a whole battle, a story of a clash that's all your own, man. You know, so from here forward, I'll know and I'll remember the way that this thing was set, the way that we got entrenchments out, the way that the AI rebels come at us. And I'll be able to write like a cool little bit of lore, alternate history, because of the playthrough and the way that we did it. I love it. I love it about this game, man. Here come the Rebs. What are they going to do? Liddell's brigade first down the road, with Cumming right behind. We're going to shift a little bit. Like here. And then you will come into the trenches here. Good. This one, we're just sitting back on our haunches and waiting a little bit. It's not what we love to do. Okay, they got a lot more troops just coming right down the road. I see 3 brigades and 1 division out front. And also, I think that when you've got your division commanders and corps commanders in the defend posture, are they really? No way. What are they doing? Yeah, okay. I didn't think they were going to keep up that move. Okay, I think they're just going to come out here and form up near the Crescent Field area here. Fine. Let's have these guns reposition a bit. Boom. Let's have this cavalry reposition forward a bit. Let's have these guns reposition into this wooded area or onto the trenches like that. That's good. I like that. That's a good idea. Horse artillery guns. Still got our scouts out on this flank. I see them. Now, they could very well do something that's kind of annoying. So they know, I think that they know, somehow, some way, the AI knows that we have entrenchments everywhere but right here. Right? And so if they know that, I think that they can see them, like they can see the line on the map, because I know, having played the AI before, when they built entrenchments, if you zoom out, you can see you can usually see on the map where they have built their entrenchments. So looks like they'll be taking advantage of that. We'll open up. These skirmishers, come on out here and help out this cav. Moving heavy against this right flank, as we might have expected. I think we can take Morell's division and we could march him over. Put him kind of here. At least get that order out. Going to have the Rebs form up. Gibbs, get in your screen. Skirmishers moving out. Engaging some cav here. Very well. Slow her back down. Battle commences, baby. Let's bring our scouts back from here if we can. Yep, I think we already did here. Not quite. Those boys. Let's go ahead and dismount. Let's have this cav. Okay, we're going to screen with Merritt's cav in the red pants. They're going to get down here on the stream bed and open up with their Smith carbines against that Union or Confederate infantry. And you'll have the full strength of this corps, looks like, tapping, moving against our right flank. Be forced to fall back. Taking heavy casualties with Merritt. Let's see if we can get these cavalrymen back to here. If they'll do it. These boys back to here. And Merritt will just kind of get torn up over there. And if they want to try to crawl around in these swamps to flank me, I think I'm willing to let them just try that. Skirmishers getting busy with the rest of their army out front right here. Very good. Let's make sure I don't see any dust clouds out on the left. Let's bring this cav over to mine these areas here. These guns could fold in to here. Good, good. Open fire! Open fire, make your aim true, boys! Oh, goodness. Bring your scouts back in. Okay, we're going to mount up. No. We're going to come forward again. They're running up. Look at this. Take it to them, boys. Look at that. We're going to give Liddell, or who is that? Yeah, Liddell's infantry brigade, give them a little trouble over there. As the rest of the Rebs try to sort themselves out, hitting the center of our entrenchments. We're approaching. Could take a little time for them to figure themselves out. Rebs have a hard time with that, you know. Again, let's see if these skirmishers will run out here for me. They will not. They will not. They're tied tight to their division commander, Heinzelman, who is on an AI stance already. Let's go double time, gents. Little bit of confusion coming through here. I knew that this could be a little trouble for us. Oh, we're catching us as we're trying to move past. Woo! Nasty volley that did a number on us right there. God dang it. Come on, go, 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 go. Get out of there. All right, we're going to reform. We're going to come forward again with merit. Fantastic. Merit's Cav. Impressed. I'm impressed. Still confident. I would say it's time for them to get the heck out of here, though. Retreat. Mount up when you do it. Go, go, go. Get out of there. Get out of there, boys. Get out of there. Come on. Go. Go, damn it. Will you guys please go? We're having a little trouble here. We're having a little trouble. Shucks. All right, Humphreys is broken over there. Merritt managed to get out. Fantastic. Goodness gracious. Took you long enough to figure that out, sir. Now you're broken. Okay. Did get out of here with the other two. Pennington's broken. Cav got roughed up a little bit out there on the flank. So fine, the rebels can stomp around in the swamp around. Figure it out if they want. They're going to try to come around the flank and grab this objective, I guess. That's what the AI usually tries to do. I would say we bring Heinzelman into a double line formation where he is. Get him ready to move out on the flank right there. Let's get these boys. Send some skirmishers out, please. You two. Let's have these guns move up to right here. Charge move it. Call it a charge move. Let's maybe think about perhaps bringing more artillery over. We'll see. So it looks like, again, they're just going to try to move off by the right. Okay. Heinzelman's in his double line. We're just going to bring him up. Just like that. Liddell moving against the entrenchments now after making the crossing there. Beating back the Cav. They now have a little wiggle around the flank if they want it. We could probably take the rest of Bayard's corps with Lyon. But then again, I'm going to be cautious because I believe that they may have another corps coming on the field. You know, yeah, that's a good point. Dutov, appreciate you. That's a fair point. Both kind of for an immersion, role-playing kind of thing, and also for, I think, tactical benefit. Best to try to loose order the Cav. That's a good note there in the chat. Here, let's go over and get these boys. We start up about 9 o'clock in the morning right now. I think we may call this the Battle of Owl Creek, is what we may do. Gibbs is going to come back here with his cav. I mean, if they want to make a attempt to just kind of charge forward one brigade at a time, they could be my guest. I wish them luck. These guns, let's bring them over. Here we go. Might end up having some fighting over in, what do you call that, Owl Swamp. I just don't see how the heck they're going to be able to make this work over here. I really don't. They've got a couple of brigades that are broken already. We'll shift this brigade here like this, column right there like that. That'd be Morell's division. Have him there like that. Just kind of tighten things up. We'll have 3 divisions that can beat back whatever they do over here. And then we'll keep our right intact. Bayard. Let's bring him up with Mansfield and everybody else just about. Liddell. He's the story of the battle for the Rebs so far. East Cannon. Open up right here, boys. Get your skirmishers back out. All across the line right here. Thank you. Thank you very much. And you know, I've done loose order before with cavalry, dismounted cavalry. I'm not sure how much it helps you against solid line of infantry. I'm honestly not sure. We'll get the defensive bonus right there. No problem. Let's get these guys up against that fence right there. All right, they're going to come forward here. Fire. Let's have these boys move kind of right here. See, they're trying to find us. They're trying to find a place in the line to poke through. They got these guns that they're eyeing right here. Looks like Liddell's brigade over here on the flank taking a bunch of punishment right now, man. As we get 70 folks in on the stream concurrently watching this great battle for Western Tennessee. The Confederates just weren't ready to run off yet, man. It's crazy. I can't believe that they decided to come back at me right here. I really can't. Got a good battle starting off. I ain't gonna lie. This is a whole lot of fun. It's a whole lot of fun. I will say, though, we are probably at that place where Daddy's got to call it. Hate to do it. It's probably the wrong juncture to do a thing like this, but I tell you what, we're getting late into the night. I put a 2-hour-ish timeline on my streams most nights, and so we're going to have to straddle this battle over to the next stream. We'll get started as we're in mid-combat action right here on Alternate History Gaming with the Battle of Owl Creek, we'll call it. Owl Creek, Tennessee. I'm Bank60s, your humble and gracious player host. I appreciate everybody who's dipped in tonight to check out this awesome stream with this awesome game at Alternate History Gaming. Please give me that thumbs up if you would. Subscribe if you're brand new. Consider joining if you've been subscribed for a while. It's as little as $2 a month. I'd appreciate it if you did that. $5 gets you a little extra access to early videos, members-only content like the Battle Epic Video Vault and all the rest. Of course, during the streams, of course, anytime you want to talk about helping your boy, your starving artist here in the digital marketplace out that much more, you can drop your super chats, and I appreciate those donations as well. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for being here for me as I continue this journey with you. We'll catch you on the next stream coming up Saturday for Grand Tactician. We'll continue the Battle of Owl Creek. And by the way, we may do a pop-up and just finish it tomorrow night. I may get the itch, so keep your eye out for the announcement on the channel on that. I'll make sure to let you know with plenty of notice before we do it. Okay, guys? It's been